So I don't know about you guys, but I'm feeling good that I discovered a way to get the PC version field of view for the 360 version of Quake 2. I mean, that field of view was just so weird, and it makes no sense why they even play around with it in the first place when it was already fine. I'm glad I found a way to fix it, since it did kind of make me want to play this game a little more on the 360, but I still think the PC version is the best one. This version still needs better controls, faster load times, and online multiplayer to really get that definitive Quake 2 port on console. With that said, I still play this version and I do enjoy it because I'm really more of a Xbox 360 player nowadays. Speaking of that, let's talk about why I left PC gaming and what I think about it right now. So, I started to lose interest in PC gaming around, I think 2007 or 8, somewhere around there. And then I eventually got an Xbox, so I started to lose interest in PC gaming around, I think 2007 or 8, somewhere around there. And then I eventually got a Xbox 360 with Halo 3, and that moment right there really made me become more of a console player. I felt PC gaming at that time just wasn't worth it. The games didn't really interest me, and back then things were different. Steam was like the dumbest thing ever. I remembered it was like some sort of stat tracking software before it became that thing where you just have to have as a PC gamer. I also remember when you needed like a $4,000 PC to max out Crysis. Like, my god, dude, that was just so ridiculous back then. But nowadays, that's not the case anymore, because the hardware is so much better and everything really did evolve. So PC gaming back in 07 and 8 was really different compared to what it is today. It's nice that it seems to be more gamer friendly than consoles because of Steam, and it's not as demanding like it used to be. I mean, a lot of the latest cards that are like budget priced, they should be able to handle a good amount of the modern games like no problems, because it seems like there's always a new card coming out and it's always going to have that specific audience. One will be targeted for the people who really want that very best experience, or the people who just want to play games at a reasonable experience. However, I feel like there's still not enough games for me that really, make me want to get back into it. There are some, don't get me wrong, but it's just not the same like it was in the 90s. A lot of the 90s shooters I post are all known for being PC games, and I cannot, think of any PC game that was released in this generation that really made me enjoy those games as much as the old ones. Now, I am not just talking about shooters, I really mean games in general. I had a lot of great times with PC games in the earlier years, but I'm just not getting that vibe anymore. So, when it comes to the more up-to-date games, I hang out more on the consoles compared to PC. I still consider myself a PC gamer. I mean, I still play the old classics on the PC, and I'm still digging up some old games that I probably missed out. So I wouldn't call myself a full-time console player. I feel like, if I want to enjoy the more up-to-date PC gaming, I need Warcraft 4. I would definitely play the crap out of that game because I loved Warcraft 3. I was thinking about getting Diablo 3 with a friend of mine who I used to play both Warcraft 3 and Diablo 2 like mad crazy, but he told me he didn't really like what he was hearing about Diablo 3, and that kind of made me didn't want to buy it, because Diablo is really designed to be played with friends for that optimal experience. If Quake 5 gets announced, I will definitely get the PC version over the consoles, since Quake has always been more PC friendly, and I actually don't think I'll get it on, the next gen Xbox, unlike Doom 4 where it will be on that next gen console, maybe on PC at a later date, because I gotta have all my Doom games on PC. So at the end of the day, I don't really consider myself a full-time PC gamer. I don't enjoy modern PC games as much, since I have the consoles for that, and I'm happy with what they're giving me. They're giving me, a reasonable and playable experience. I'm not that guy who's desperate for 60 FPS locked, full 1080p resolution, or all that nonsense. But when it comes to the old days of PC gaming, I still enjoy that part, and I feel like I'm always going to be that PC gamer, because PC gaming back in the old days was awesome, and I do want to look for more of those experiences that I got from games like Doom or Diablo 2. I also upload videos of those games to promote them. Even though they're mostly on Xbox 360, they're really a PC game at heart. So yeah, I don't think I'm going to be like, a modern PC gamer. Like, I'm seeing a lot of people, hopping on the bandwagon, and I don't blame them, man. Like, I could totally see why people would get into PC gaming in this day and age. But you know, I really do enjoy playing my consoles, and they really don't like bother me that much really. So I don't really have any plans on going back into it. But I'm definitely always going to love these old classics because it's what I grew up upon, and I always try to stay true to my roots. So yeah, peace out, people.